Hello there. So far, we got understanding about insecure data storage practices. Now, let's jump into practical demonstration of these practices. This demos will help you understand the practical implementation and will give you visibility on what to check while you are performing a pen test. So here's on my screen, there is a gen in motion and a terminal running. So for the demonstration, we are going to use this damn insecure and vulnerable app. This app is intentionally designed to be insecure, as you can see the description. It is meant for developers, QA, and security professional, and there are flaws that are generally present in the apps due to poor or insecure coding practices. So if you are reading this, you want to either learn app pen testing or secure coding, and I sincerely hope that Diva solves your purpose. So sit back and enjoy the ride. So this is the app we are going to use. It's a cool app to practice this pen testing demos. And here it provides a list of few insecure implementation. As you can see, insecure logging, hard coding issues, few insecure data storage options, input validation, access control, and everything. So right now our objective is to learn the insecure data storage. So for that we are going to click on this button. So it has opened up activity, and here is the objective written that says find out where and how the credentials are being stored and in the vulnerable code that is responsible for storing this credentials. And there is a hint given. It says insecure data storage is a result of storing confidential information insecurely on the system, i.e. poor encryption, plain text, or several access control issues. So now when we look at the screen, there are two text boxes given, and they are expecting service name, service username, and service password. And upon clicking the save button, these values will be saved somewhere. Now, as a pen tester or as a hacker, our task is to find out exactly where these values are being stored. So let's do one thing. Let's go ahead and open this app using MobSF to save ourselves a little time. I have already scanned this app using MobSF. So I'll just bring up that window. So here in the screen we can see this diva-beta.apk. This app is already scanned. This is the package name and author of this application, Asim Jakar. So in here there are several activities. As you can see, there are 17 activities. Let's click on the view. So here's a list of activities and there are specific names given, so we don't have to think harder for finding out the responsible activity. So our target is the data storage one activity because we are solving that challenge. So we got the name of the activity. Now let's just scroll up and click on view source. So here's the search option given. So let's find out the insecure data storage one activity. So here it is. I'm going to click on this one. All right, so that brings up this activity. Now in here there is not much of the code to analyze. So as you can see, there is this method which is responsible for doing all the tasks. Now in previous sessions we have seen that the shared preference could be a one way of storing information insecurely, because it stores information in plain text, and if you have access to device or other apps can also access if there is a sufficient permission to access that. So in here in the second line, if you see the developer is getting values from this edit text. They are storing in this string, that is user and password. So there are two text boxes, so there are two lines, and upon clicking on save button, these values are going to be saved in shared preference. So now after analyzing this code, we learned that after performing certain activities, the code will be the username and the password will be stored in the shared preferences. So now Let's see if this same is reflected while we interact with the application. So going back to the screen, we have the app and the terminal ready. So now I'm going to enter a few values in here. So let me enter a username. I'm entering secret username, and in the password I'm entering secret password, and I'm clicking on the save button. So now you see Toast third-party credentials saved successfully. Now to analyze this, we need IDB, as we have learned in the previous sessions. So I'm going to take a shell by typing the command adb shell. Let's navigate to the appropriate directory, that is data/data, and the package name, so that is chakhar.asim.diva. Let's hit enter and see what is stored in here. So we have few directories: cache, lib, code underscore, cache, shared preferences. So these shared preferences seems to be our of interest. So let's navigate to shared preferences, clear. Let's list again. So now there is only one file, it's a shared preference file. So to view that, we can do cat, and here is the XML document, and there are two strings saved here, the password and the username. So whatever we entered here, it got saved in here. So while doing the pen test, you can analyze this shared preferences, as we have discussed earlier, to find such sensitive information. You can report it based on the context of the application. So that's all for this video. I hope you learned something. Thank you. See you in the next one.